Toby was afraid of the dark. Not just a little bit, but terribly. When the sun went down, shadows turned into monsters in his room. He'd hide under his blanket, his heart thumping like a drum. One summer night, his grandpa, a man with eyes like twinkling stars, sat beside him. "Toby," he said, "darkness isn't empty. It's full of secrets, if you know where to look." Grandpa took him outside. The moon was a sliver, and the world was painted in shades of gray. Toby clung to his grandpa's hand. Suddenly, a tiny light flickered near the bushes. It was a firefly. "See?" Grandpa whispered. "Even in the darkest night, there's light. It just takes a little courage to find it." The firefly danced closer, its light pulsing gently. Toby, mesmerized, forgot his fear for a moment. He watched as more fireflies appeared, their lights creating a magical, twinkling dance. "They're not afraid of the dark," Grandpa said. "They carry their own light, and they share it." Toby wanted to be like the fireflies. He wanted to carry his own light, but the darkness still felt heavy. Grandpa gave him a small, smooth stone. "This is a firefly stone," he said. "Hold it tight, and remember the firefly's promise. Even in the darkest night, there's always a spark of light." That night, Toby went to his room. The shadows seemed to stretch and whisper. He held the firefly stone, remembering the twinkling lights. He closed his eyes and imagined the fireflies dancing in his room. He opened his eyes. The shadows were still there, but they didn't seem as scary. He took a deep breath and reached for his flashlight. He turned it on, and a warm glow filled the room. He wasn't completely fearless, but he wasn't paralyzed by fear either. He realized the light wasn't just from the flashlight. It was also the memory of the fireflies, and the feeling of the smooth stone in his hand. From that night on, Toby still used his flashlight, but he also learned to appreciate the quiet beauty of the dark. He knew that even when he couldn't see, there was always a spark of light within him, a firefly's promise. Lesson: fear of the dark is common, but it can be overcome by finding your own inner light, remembering moments of beauty, and carrying a symbol of courage. Even small lights can push back the darkness.